So yes, this massive shakeout took many by surprise. I'm very much sure about that because the market after this bullish movement around 30,000 came back to test the support around 27,000 range, and after testing the support around 27,000 range, the price is again showing bullishness, but we are still below one of the most important resistance line, and this important resistance line is also the line which we have to break if we want to invalidate the bearish scenario which is still lining up parallelly for Bitcoin. Yes guys, we are going to talk about all of this in today's video. So first thing first, destroy that like button if you haven't done it yet, and for those individuals watching for the first time, hit the subscribe button and the bell. So yesterday we talked about this one very interesting scenario which was forming for Bitcoin known as broadening top, a continuation pattern because the price found support around the 27,000 range. And now if we look at this price structure, you can see very clearly guys, as long as the price of Bitcoin in a medium short term remains over 27,000, please do not panic even if we are going to see further more shakeout in price action of Bitcoin. Why? Because remaining above 27,000 means the price is still going to follow this continuation pattern, which is a bullish continuation pattern, and as soon as we break out of this one very important line of resistance, there is a very high probability for this trend to continue further here to the upside for the upcoming days. And also according to this monthly CPI line, since the price of Bitcoin also has one of the most important support from the top CPI line sitting around 27,000 range, we are more than happy to close this month of April above it. So by simply closing the month of April above 27,000, the price of Bitcoin is going to remain bullish, because remaining or closing the candle, the monthly candle above 27,000 means the price of Bitcoin is going to follow this ascending CPI, which is going to indicate another continuation here like this, because as I've been very clear, ascending CPI only gets formed when the price is preparing for the uptrend. And not just only this guys, not just only this, even if we look at this price structure in a 4-hour time frame, you can see this looks like a bump and run reversal pattern. Bump and run reversal pattern usually forms in a downtrend, and in our case this is during an uptrend. So I just want you guys to be a bit careful. But even though if this here is going to be a continuation pattern, just like I shown you an example, after this bump phase, we need the price of Bitcoin to find support above this falling trend line. Yes guys, this falling trend line is acting as one important line of resistance. This is exactly where we got attracted yesterday around 30,000, and this is also exact area from where the sell-off started. And now if this trend continuation is going to go further, we just need the price of Bitcoin to flip this key line of resistance, the falling trend line resistance, into proper support, because if you do that, then there is a very high probability for this trend also to continue further here to the upside following this bump and run reversal pattern, because after flipping the previous temporary raise line, we are going to follow this uphill run. And if you look at this in a bit different way, I mean, if you don't want to call this a bump and run reversal, no problem guys, you can simply look at this formation as descending broadening wedge. Now before I switch the chart, I just want to make you guys aware about the Phemex here, the wave 3 colony. Yes guys, Phemex has finally decided to bring their own native token, and we, our community, crypto owner community, has received 25 whitelist plays. So if you have signed up using my ref link which is provided in the description down below, then you could be among the 25 whitelist users who will be able to mint the Soul Pass, which will give you access to 100 XPT token. Yes guys, to those individuals who is able to mint the Soul Pass will receive 100 XPT token as airdrop, and also many other advantages before the token generation event. So sign up using my link if you want to be among the 25 whitelist plays and also receive free airdrops. So I just showed you the price here could be forming this bump and run reversal bottom, but if you add another trend line, the falling trend line here to the downside, you can see guys, this looks like a descending broadening wedge, which is considered very bullish. So in our case, if the price of Bitcoin wants to continue this uptrend, we just need the price to flip the key line of resistance into support. I mean, if the price of Bitcoin could find proper support above 29,500 range, then there is a very high probability for this trend also to continue further here to the upside, making another higher highs, higher lows continuation pattern, because we know descending broadening wedge is usually considered bullish when we break the key line of resistance and flip into support. And we know guys, this here could be quite tricky. I mean, beside the bullish scenario, what could be unfolding? What if the price fails to break or fails to find proper support over this 29,400, 29,500 range? Because if the price fails to break out of this key line again and again, we have to be careful, because in that case, guys, we could be getting rejection from the previous temporary support line. The same line which previously acted as a support could be acting as a resistance, and this here is going to be a retest before price again starts showing another continuation here to the downside. And that is another reason why 27,000 in the medium short term is one very important line of support, and around 29,500 very important line of resistance, which you have to flip into proper support to invalidate the bearish scenario which is lining up for Bitcoin. Because we know getting rejection around this range here is not just only going to be a rejection from the previous temporary support line, right? But also the price of Bitcoin in that case could be following this dead cat bounce scenario. Yes, guys, according to the dead cat bounce in a daily time frame from this high till this low, right now what we are witnessing is a dead cat bounce. A dead cat bounce usually shows a retracement around 50%. You can see this is exactly where we are, 28,900 to 29,000 range. But I have been very clear, since the crypto market is a bit volatile, we could see another impulsive movement up to 0.618. Only after finding proper support of this 0.618, we know the market is actually bullish. So in our case, this is exactly where we are, between 29,400, 29,500 range. So we just need the price to find support above this 0.618, because by doing that, we are going to invalidate this bearish scenario, and we are also going to re-enter inside this ascending channel or rising channel. So as you can see, guys, this is very important for us right now, 0.618, because only after flipping that into proper support, we know this here is an actual continuation like this after some range bound, right? After some range bound, continuing the trend here in this manner, because we know getting rejection around that area or price showing weakness could lead to another pullback, just like here from the past price action. I mean, getting rejection around the upper trend line means getting attracted towards the lower trend line before showing bullishness. You can see we have a very similar movement, impulsive movement, right? Just like here, pullback, another impulsive movement. And now if the price does fails to break out of this 0.618 Fibonacci line, then we have to be careful, guys, because in that case, the price of Bitcoin could be getting attracted towards the lower trend line from this ascending channel before choosing a trend direction like this, because we know we also have this rising wedge. Rising wedge is considered bearish, and in our case, we are still fighting to break out of this one very important line of resistance, right? You can see this is exactly where we are. So we definitely need the price to break this key line of resistance at any cost, the 0.618 Fibonacci line, because only by doing that, we know this bearish scenario are going to be invalid for Bitcoin. And in that case, we are going to follow the higher highs, higher lows continuation pattern type of scenario, which is going to indicate the price is going to enter this uphill run where we are going to form another higher high. So please be careful. Please watch the support around 27,000 carefully and resistance around 29,000 to 29,500. So these were some of the quick update that I wanted to share with you in today's video. If you enjoyed my work, then please, guys, destroy that like button. And for those individuals watching the first time, hit the subscribe button and the bell. Now, by saying this, I'm signing out. My name is Anup. Bye-bye.